everybody, my name's Lalla Hirayama, standing in for Elma, who is still away on holiday, probably working on that tan. We have got to reel in our jealousy because it is Thursday. And hey, what is a Thursday without your weekly dose of In Touch? That is right. And if you're tuning live on Facebook, welcome. Thank you so much. Make sure that you use the comment section down below and let us know what you're thinking. If you have any questions for our guests that I'll be sharing with you in just a bit, please put them forward. And you can also find us, of course, on channel 201 on SuperSport at 7:30, as well as, of course, our YouTube channel, SuperSport TV, and catch up. Man, technology, guys, we are everywhere. Just make sure you tweet us with the hashtag #SSRugby. All right, now that we've got the nitty-gritties out of the way, it is time to reveal who's come to hang out with us today. I mean, he's quick, he's strong, he is super mean, and, well, he's got his own theme song. But I don't care how manly you are, when you come on TV, you've got to have your makeup done. So we decided to surprise him in our makeup room with some rapid-fire questions. Let's see how our guest for today fared.
Aisle or window?
Aisle.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Singing or dancing?
Oh, sure. Singing.
Beach or bush?
Oh, wow. The bush.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Text or voicemail?
Text.
Golf or mountain biking?
Oh, wow. Golf.
Party or small gathering?
Oh, small gathering.
Cash or card?
Card.
Cardio or weight training?
It's sort of a catch-22 because you can do both at the same time. So, I don't know, probably weights.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Okay.
Coming in at 84 kilos, standing at 1.85 meters tall, 13 wins, 3 by knockout. Are you kidding me? The biggest name in MMA Africa. Welcome, Garreth Soldierboy McLellan, to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
If you ever need a praise singer, I feel like I'm the one. Did you hear that?
A hype machine.
Right?
Yeah, a hype machine.
Every
Definitely.
MMA fighter needs one.
Oh, every...
All right, just know that I'm going to invoice for that. It's great to have you on the show. Listen, you know, I think a lot of people are wondering why our MMA Africa champ is on a rugby show. But it's actually quite a fascinating story. Tell us about that journey.
Yeah, I was a young kid. I grew up in KwaZulu-Natal, and as you know, the rugby system is very strong.
Yeah.
I grew up in that system. Like every young boy growing up, I wanted to be a Springbok, and that was all I wanted to do. I wasn't interested in school. I wasn't interested in exams.
Right.
I just wanted to play rugby. Got involved playing club rugby from a very young age of 19. I played for a long time club rugby. I played up until I was about 25, just before I started MMA. I was at the Sharks Academy for a little bit.
Nice.
I really chased hard to try and get a rugby contract and be this the next Springbok hero. But I think I was still lazy while I was doing that, so I didn't really reach a full potential.
Right.
That I think I could have. MMA came along. I've always been in mixed martial arts. Well, not in mixed martial arts. I've always been in martial arts. I mean, I started karate at a very young age, at 9. So it's been in my system. It wasn't just a surprise.
Right.
But I used MMA in the beginning for my rugby career. I wanted to advance my conditioning, my fitness.
Yeah.
I was a really physical player, and I wanted to beef it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
And then the MMA bit, there we go. And then you decided to go onto this MMA career.
Yeah, man, I took an amateur fight once I realized kind of the rugby thing wasn't going to happen.
Right.
And I still remember that fight to this day against a guy called Sean Matzner.
Right.
And we were both heavyweights. And we climbed in the ring.
Yeah.
And we had a good go of it. And it was absolutely amazing. It was there was such a close connection to that physicality of rugby and that intensity and that never give up and always scrambling for a better position and always pushing hard in a direction to make something happen. And you know, I was drawn to that, and I went in that direction, and I think the rest is history.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Just real quick, going back though, I mean, you decided to take MMA to improve your rugby. During that time, did you see a significant difference?
No, I think that rugby players are actually the perfect kind of, if I would say athlete, if I had to pick an athlete outside of MMA that I could convert to be an MMA fighter, I think your number one choice is rugby. Just from a physicality point of view, the body's used to that conditioning and that contact. It's used to that high intensity scramble as well. I mean, you've seen some of those contact points in the All Blacks and the Springbok game. It's just, it's ferocious. And that's kind of the same environment and intensity that you have to have in MMA.
I was going to actually ask you, because you know, the thing about fighting in rugby, there's definitely cross-pollination. What do you think about it? I mean, we're looking at Sonny Boy Williams, we're looking at even Quade Cooper, we're looking at Kevin Lorena, Etienne Reiniger, and yourself. I mean, there is definitely a link.
Yeah, look, I know Etas very well. A good chap. He actually, he trains with me, does quite a bit of training with me. So, yeah, I mean, I just think there's a mentality, and it's that mentality shift from rugby to MMA is very close. Right. In terms of the contact, although you're not throwing punches and kicks and knees in rugby, you got to realize how many knocks those guys are taking, shoulders, mauls, scrums, driving, hitting, contact, down, up, down, ball, chase the ball. Right. So those are all facets of MMA, that explosiveness, that conditioning, that body conditioning, as well as the endurance over a period of time. Absolutely. Yeah, rugby players will make great MMA fighters. Fitness is definitely one of the most important keys when you are looking at MMA, when you're looking at rugby and trying to be the best, right? I mean, you have to be down in the grunt, you got to work hard, make sure you put in the time. It's definitely not easy. No, look, 100% not. It's like anything. Everything has to meet each other. Your mentality has to meet your physical, your emotional and your spiritual. All those need to intertwine to really become the person that you want to be. And I think that rugby kind of, it's the same. You know, you need to be extremely physical and have that conditioning, plus you need to have the mental side to be able to perform at the highest level. I'd love to see how you actually keep your fitness levels up. I'm sure it is insane. And I think it's actually about time that we take a quick look at what a small, easy training session with Soulja Boy might look like. Man, definitely not for the faint-hearted. High pain threshold sold separately, right? I mean, man. Yeah, so talking about the Rugby Connection, I work with Wayne Taylor. He's in handles all my conditioning, and he's actually an extra rugby specialist. He was with the Japan side that beat the All Blacks. We won't talk about that now. I mean, not the All Blacks, the Springboks.
The Springboks, yes.
I'm becoming a trader. No, just kidding. Amazing human being, super intelligent. We changed a lot. It's not that. It's not a lot of what we used to do in the past was just this crazy, just go as hard and as fast as you can for the longest period of time. My goodness. We brought in Wayne as the high performance coach, and he's really changed things. And a lot of the dynamics that I'm going through are designed for high level rugby players.
Wow.
He was in the All Black junior setup, as well as he was with Hurricanes, and he was with the Lions here in Johannesburg. So yeah, it's funny that we talk about how close rugby is. It's a lot of what I take in. I take into conditioning me and preparing me for upcoming fights.
Big fights.
Yeah.
I mean, is the training sessions different from when you prep for a fight versus when you're kind of like off season?
Volume is a little bit more. It's a little bit more intense.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more specific in terms of, in the beginning, building a good base for us to work from, and then it trims down, and it's all about management. You know, we've got to realize that we are professional athletes at the end of the day. I'm coming towards the end of my career, and I'm not as strong as the youngsters.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I wouldn't say as strong, but
come on now.
I've got to be smarter. Put it that way.
Fair enough.
So it's good to have smart people around you. And if I look at a level of professionalism that is in rugby and what they do and how they manage their players, that should be a copy and paste of how MMA fighters should be looking after themselves.
Wow. Okay. Tell me about you know, pre-match rituals. Do you have anything, and are you superstitious?
It's funny, when I was younger, I had a lot of things that I did, and you know, I had a certain pair of sunglasses, and I would only wear those sunglasses, and I would stay here, and in the morning I would do this, and you know, the beard is one thing, you know.
Can we chat about the beard?
Yeah.
That is a whole topic we need to discuss. Yes.
So the beard started out being something that we thought would look, the image-wise of creating the image, and then it just took off, and it became a part of me. So the beard had to grow, and then after the fight, the beard had to go. It was part of the system and how it worked, and you become entrenched in that system. You really like. Just everything you do must be exactly the same as the fight before.
Absolutely.
But the older you get, the more experience you get, you start to understand that dynamics change, things are different, and you need to adapt and be able to change with the times. The beard is something I'll always keep. It's around.
I mean, you're in great company when it comes to men with beards. If you think about our rugby players, we're talking about the Beast, we're talking about Josh Strauss, we're talking about Dwayne Vermeulen. I mean, these guys all rock those hella cool beards. I mean, do you get magical powers from these?
I think a beard is it's a manly thing, and I think it makes you feel more intense about what you're doing. I think it gives you that I'm a man. I'm ready. I'm a caveman kind of thing. So, which brings out an incredible, can bring out an incredible side. You know, in our sport and what we do. You'll be surprised how a little thing like that can change the dynamic of how you perform.
It's a mental thing.
Well, yeah, once again, it's all in the mind. But if that's what makes your mind tick and makes your mind work, then use it, you know?
Absolutely. Now, listen, I know that you're very vocal about your support for our Bokke. I mean, you know, you love to, you know, support them on social media, always see you posting. Now, who are you enjoying to watch right now? The guys that are playing Super Rugby, do you have any favorites?
I'm a Sharks boy through and through.
Okay.
I'm a Sharks boy through and through. I've been a Sharks boy since I was.
So it's a little touch and go at the moment.
When I was a youngster, and I'm talking back in the day of Tachman and Craig Jamison and Henry Honeyball, and that's how long I've been supporting the Sharks for. Loyalty is my thing. I'm in soccer. I'm a diehard Liverpool fan.
Okay.
And I won't change.
Don't know if I like you as much anymore, but all right.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of people who like Liverpool. I was hoping Man United were going to do us a favour last night, but they didn't. Unfortunately, that's what it's about. No, look, I've been enjoying the Sharks. I've been watching them closely this season. 2 unlucky results in the last week. I think it's a mind thing. I think you just have those days where you completely just switch off and nothing goes right, and that happened against the Jaguars. But you know, I think they're a good side. They'll pick themselves up. They're definitely going to be around at the end. There's some good players in that side. Lakoya, I love that guy. That guy's got amazing feet. Yeah, you look at a guy like Beast. That's incredible, man. 150 super
156 or 157
yeah, and he's just still going, and he's still as strong as when he started, and he's such a pivotal part of the Sharks, and not only Sharks of the Springboks. He does a great job for us. He's a good leader as well.
Indeed.
Phenomenal. I've got a good relationship with quite a few guys.
It sounds like you have a lot of love for our rugby boys, and you know what? I feel like they actually share the same kind of love for you. One in particular player is a major fan, just by the way, and he had some awesome things to say about you. Do you want to find out who it is?
Yeah, let's see.
Come, let's take a look.
How's it, guys? You know, when you talk about Garreth, I think the first thing you think about it is him as the brand, Soulja Boy. You know, when I say the brand of MMA, and I'll tell you why he's saying that. You know, the sport of MMA, when it had to grow, he was that face. You know, a great fighter, a great Owen, and you know, he wasn't the first guy to fight in the UFC. There was guys like Mark Robinson, but he was the first fighter from South Africa to fight a UFC fight, and I think that's why it put MMA in South Africa on the map, you know, and everybody knows him. But the side that everybody maybe doesn't know, they've always got him this big beard and you know, he's rough and he's a fighter. He's a great man. You know, firstly, he's a man of God. He's a great family man. He's got so much respect for everybody, so it was easy for everybody to like him.
Etienne Reynick, what a champ, what a legend.
He's a tough guy. I've got an amazing amount of respect for him. I salute that guy for what he went through and the space where he is, and he's a fighter.
Indeed.
And that's not something you can teach somebody. That's something you carry in your heart, and it's good to surround yourself with people like that. He's been a big inspiration for me in the lead up now and in my training, in that could all be gone. You could be there, and one moment you have it, just and like the next minute it's gone. That's it. So cherish the time that you have. Work hard in that space, and you know, don't walk away with no regrets. And I think it's a big voice that I carry in my head at the moment.
Amazing. Those are powerful words, man. Absolutely. How did you actually guys meet?
I've known Estes for a while. Like I said, he does training with me. He trains some MMA with me, some wrestling. He's a really good wrestler, and I use him for wrestling. Yeah, we've just been in around the circles, MMA circles, for a while, and he's a good guy. He's a good influence.
We love him too here at SuperSport. You know, he's just one of our boys, and we love him too. Listen, you know, obviously with him having a pretty rough 2018 with his health, I'm sure health is a very important key in being Soulja Boy, and something you really got to focus on all the time. What goes into the health and well-being of an elite athlete like yourself?
It's quite funny to say that. You know, you came back from the UFC. I really needed some time off, and I really needed to just readjust myself. But I said to myself that I didn't want to be sitting at home and allow myself to slip away. And I said it was a great opportunity for me to find what is the system that works best for me in terms of my nutrition, in terms of how I train, what is the maximum amount I need to push in a day, you know, how much rest do I need, and all those kind of variables. And we kind of just played with this whole module of things, and we really found the space where I can be the best that I need to be.
Absolutely.
But in that, you know, you learn take care of your body. You only have one of them. It's not like a car we can just put on the rack and just say, hey,
bring another one in. Sure.
Really invest in it. And for the non-professional athletes, I mean, the guys out there that have normal jobs, you must remember that you're trying to be an elitist in your own environment. You're trying to be the top of whatever it is that you have chosen in life. You need to look at yourself as a professional athlete in that environment. If you don't have the body that matches it, you're not going to be able to put in the hours. If you're not getting the sleep and the rest, you can't perform in the same way.
Amen.
So, you know, I just say to the guys out there, eat well. 80-20 rule that I got.
Oh, is that what you abide by?
80-20 rule, and that I got taught by myself. I had to learn that myself. I got taught that by Wayne Taylor, my high performance coach, and I've adopted that, and that's just been an amazing revelation. My dietitian, who works closely with me, Rory, obviously we fine-tune the food stuff, and then exercise. You know what I mean? You should be doing at least 45 minutes a day. If you don't have the time, make the time.
Make the time, because you only have one body, right?
100%.
Absolutely. Real quick, I wanted to find out from you the misconceptions of MMA. I'm sorry, this is a little bit off the topic, but it's something that's been burning inside me, because I remember meeting you for the first time and being absolutely petrified. I mean, I saw you and I was like, oh my gosh, it's him, it's him. And then, you know, getting to know you, you got a sense of humor. You'd never think that with blood pouring down your face and screaming in an octagon. But what are those things that you have to deal with on a regular basis, from the public especially?
So, you know, the thing is, I needed to separate who I am as a person, really, and who I've been my whole life.
Sure.
And then I needed to create this athlete that was going to perform, and then I needed to be able to separate the two. So I think a lot of what people saw on TV and me in the cage was this lunatic who was just willing to break anything that was in his path, and that was a good persona for me in terms of my fighting, and it built the Soulja Boy brand, and people loved it, and he was crazy. And then I made sure that I made time for everybody, fans and people that wanted to talk to me. I really gave them an opportunity. I made sure I gave myself the opportunity to show them who I really was, you know, in terms of I'm quite a laid-back guy. I'm chilled. I really, not a lot bothers me. I don't get too, I mean, it takes a lot for me to get angry.
I wouldn't want to try, let's just put it that way. But, I mean, did you by any chance have a stint when you were young? There was an issue with bullying. Was that ever an issue? Because, I mean, you were part of the Let's Play, the SuperSport Let's Play campaign, and it seemed like anti-bullying was really close to your heart.
So it still is, and it's something that I will continue to pursue long after I finish fighting, in whatever avenue I can. Bullying is not a nice thing. It's something that can really change the mold of a child, and we don't know it. We are given so much content in terms of fighting and stuff like that, and we need to be aware that we need to teach at the same time that these people that go into these environments, they train for it specifically. It's their job. You know, the things that are happening with kids at school and stuff like that is
oh man.
And social media has just made it 10 times worse.
Absolutely.
So I think we just need to take responsibility for it. And somebody like me who's in that environment, if I can stick up my hand and say it's not right, and it's not the right thing to do, you know, being somebody who was bullied as a young kid, you know, I know what it's like, and I just want to say to the young kids, don't be involved in that. You think that it's cool and you think everybody likes you. Meantime, half the people are talking about you behind your back for the things that you're doing. You lose the other half because of the way that you act, and people don't want to be around that. Just be good to each other, you know.
Be kind to one another.
If we really want to develop our society and change it, I know we're going in a different direction here, but it's something that I'm really passionate about, is that we need to start with the youngsters. And if we teach them how to be involved and play nicely with each other and interact with each other, when they move on into their older years, they bring with them a good nature and a good mindset.
Absolutely. Listen, powerful words, absolutely. And you're actually very much one who champions powerful words, especially on social media. We have a clip from your page that we absolutely loved. Why don't we take a look at that?
In life, we go through different situations, and we are given these emotions that often point us in the direction that we don't want to go. Often we allow those emotions to take control of us, and they end up giving us the result that we don't want. The most important thing about it is just to be able to be comfortable with your emotions, knowing that you will always face fear, sadness, happiness. There will all be moments of doubt, of self-doubt. These are emotions that continuously come up. If you're going to learn to be comfortable with those around you, your perception of what you want will change. You'll be able to be more focused on your task, and you'll be able to deliver better, even though you have these emotions that are trying to drag you down. So my motivation for today: emotions are a part of our life. Don't focus on them. Focus on what's in front of you. Focus on your job, and focus on getting the job done. Enjoy. Have a good week.
Ooh, okay. Listen, I love those motivational words because I'm going to need them right now. We've decided, not we. My producers have decided it is a great idea to see how I fare on an assault bike against you. So basically they want to kill me on air. This should be exciting. So I need you to hold that.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how it's done. 30 seconds on the clock. Do we have a 30 seconds clock? We got it? All right. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay, here we go. The hair is flying, the legs are going, the breath is leaving. Do you see me? Do you see me? How much more time, guys?
Keep going, come on. Push.
I'm going. I'm
strong.
going. I'm going.
Stay strong.
Oh my goodness.
36.
How much more
4,
time?
3, 2, 1.
Okay. You say you like doing this, right? This is kind of your thing.
So this machine, if you do it properly, can really be very good for you. It has, yeah.
I felt like Beyonce with the hair flying. It's quite glamorous.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you now to do your thing
Okay, wow. Okay.
on the bike while I
Let me just
get my breath back.
adjust this.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay, you've adjusted.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Do you do this every day?
Just about.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm about to get put to shame. When are you ready? We've got 30 seconds on the clock.
Do I have to just win, or do I have to win by a lot, or?
Just go for it.
Okay.
And 30 seconds is on the clock. Go, 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 go. Are you kidding me? Ah, this is ridiculous. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at the watts. What did you get?
1500.
1,500 watts.
Yes.
You're not even huffing. This is nonsense. You know what? Stay on that bike. I want to ask you, is there anything that you're not bad at? Come on. Nothing. You're good at everything.
I like to think I'm good at everything.
Yeah.
But
Basically,
I'm sure
he's Soulja Boy and he's great at everything. Listen, man, you've been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I have so many more questions. Your new show is coming out tomorrow, The Fighter Season 2.
that's correct. 9 o'clock, SuperSport 1.
Nice.
Tough watch.
Yes.
Awesome show. Some good stuff, great fights.
Yeah.
I think they're probably going to love it. Ooh.
He can't
Hey, that
talk.
all of a sudden just got
And
me in the
on
mix.
that note, it's time for us to say goodbye. It's been fantastic. Make sure that you check out Paga, Born to Rugby, and of course, First 15 tonight, 6, 6:30, and 7 respectively on your World of Champions channel 201. Whew, we're out of breath. Mwah. Until next time, goodbye. Dude, high five.